Hi, it's John here from Speedy Brick. And while I'm waiting for the March wave of Speed Champion sets to arrive, I've ordered all 10 of the new little Formula One cars, which I'm looking forward to. But I thought in the meantime I would build a Formula One car. So a little while ago, about 2 years ago, I built this little beast from the Races series, which was from 2008, 2009. It was the Ferrari Victory set, 8168. It came with 2 cars, and Massa and Raikkonen were driving the cars back in those days. So pretty cool. It's the Ferrari F2007. And I really like this little set, and I think it's kind of very much in keeping with the Speed Champions cars of today. But I thought it was a little bit out of scale. It's quite narrow, and I thought I'd make some improvements. So about 2 years ago, I made this MOC, and I've been thinking about digitalizing it for a long time. It's been sitting on my shelf up here, staring at me, waiting for me to create a digital model. And so I've now done that. So yesterday I finished it off, I've made the instructions, and I've posted it on Rebookable, and I'll put a link in below if you want to download the instructions. And there's even a sticker sheet you can use from the Brick Sticker Shop. And I brought this sticker sheet originally when I bought this car, and I needed to update the stickers. But so this is a kind of a replica sticker sheet from the original set. So 8168. So there's a bunch of stickers on it, and my aim here is to use my instructions and then use the stickers on the sticker sheet to kind of finish off the model. So let's have a look and get started. I've got the instructions that I've created, so I'm going to use those to build my own model. I've got all the parts, and I've got a little sticker sheet, so let's get going. So I'm ready to get going. I've got the instructions, which I've made myself, but I've tried to add a little bit of detail in there. I've got a bit of a story going on, and then we've got the instructions themselves. I've got the sticker sheet from the Brick Sticker Shop, which is a replica sticker for the set 8168, the Ferrari Victory set. And I'm going to use these stickers for the model. I've got the original racer car to do a comparison against, and I really like this set, so that's a bit of fun. And I've got my kind of original MOC, which now when I've gone through this digitalization process, that I've made some changes to this, so we're going to see those changes. I've got a minifig to add to it. So in this car I've got Raikkonen, and so now I've got Massa here, and he doesn't need his legs because we're not going to use those. So I've got him, and I've got all my parts sitting here, so let's get building. So that's the build complete, and I'm pretty happy with the way the instructions worked. That was my really only concern, and there's a few things here which I've changed the color on because I didn't have the pieces in stock that I needed. These two gray pieces here should be black, and the pieces there, they should have been red. And I swapped a couple of other pieces that just I didn't have the right color for, but overall it's about the right, you know, colors and so forth, so it doesn't look wrong. I've put these wheel covers on. Now obviously Pirelli wasn't the sponsor of Ferrari back in those days, it was Bridgestone, so I've got the wrong wheel covers on, but you know that doesn't matter. I'm going to put the stickers on, and I'm going to put the driver in, and let's see what the end result is, and then we can compare it against the racer set from 2008. So I've added the driver, so Felipe Massa is sitting in there, and that's just a matter of taking these pieces off and then putting him in and putting it back on. And I've added on the stickers. We've got 16 stickers on the car now. Across here, there's a little Italian flag there as well, and we've got stickers on the side here, on the front. So overall I think it doesn't look too bad. I will say that this is a little bit of a weak point, that this is a little bit too easy to come off. I'm not sure whether putting this 1x1 round inside there is, if it's supposed to fit in there, it should. It does fit, but it's not very tight. And you need to put the 1x1 in and then push the hubcap on, because there's a bit of a gap there. If you push it all the way, then there's not enough to hold it in place. But I'm pretty happy with it. What do you guys think? Did I do a good job in designing this? So let's do a comparison with the racer set from 2008. So what I tried to do was keep the length the same, so the wheelbase length is the same and the total car length is the same. I brought the driver forward quite a bit, and that was because I thought that this was kind of too open. And if you look at the engine cover, it's not much, but it's enough, right? It's coming a little bit forward, gives it more length in the back there, and kind of makes it look a little bit more accurate. And the body itself has come forward as well, so that has helped. I've made it quite a bit wider, but I've used the same concept, the same plates here to create the underbody, and this whole structure has just sort of come out. So that's relatively simple. I've created a bit more of an air intake here, so I've blocked that off to make it more of an air intake, and I've added these elements in here to replicate the steering and the suspension. I've added these little units in there, and I've kind of created a bit more in the back there. And this was kind of basic in the back, so I've added a bit more complexity in there, and I've also got the exhaust outlets there as well. That's the same light and so forth, but there's a little bit more stuff going on in the back, which I quite liked. So I'm quite happy with the way this has turned out, and we can have a look at the kind of comparison between the original one I created like 2 years ago and going through the process of digitizing and updating, creating this one. So I wanted to add more detail on the front end here. So we've got these little antennae as the kind of suspension elements, and this was all very bulky, so I wanted to reduce that. And I noticed in the real car that this body work was sort of cut off in a straight line, and the engine was kind of more this way, and I didn't have any exhaust in this version. So I wanted to add that in, and then I wanted to add, kind of reduce some of the weight in here and add a little bit more complexity, which is what I've done there as well. So I've also lowered it by one plate, So this rear wing is one plate lower than that. All the other dimensions are basically the same. So I've added complexity in the front here, added complexity in the back, and I've removed quite a lot of the weighting in the back there. So open it all up. But yeah. So what do you guys think? Is it something you're willing to build for your own collection? Let me know. And I'm really looking forward to getting the Speed Champions Formula One cars and seeing how this compares against it. So I'd love to hear your comments, and until next time, bye. Please click to subscribe for more videos and watch my build and review videos by clicking here. Thank you.